Iran is a beautiful country to visit. There are a couple of things that are handy to know though. And in last year, a lot of things changed. So here is the new and updated things, 12 things you should now know before you go to Iran. Number one, it is much easier to deal with money here. In the olden days, you had to bring a wad of cash. Now you can just get a credit card from your own country and pick it up here in Iran. There are different companies offering this service. I tried the Tap Persia version, which is called the Ma card. My friend Mark did direct pay, I think it's called. He tried that one, I tried this one. They're almost the same thing, slight differences though. The thing is you buy it from home, and I pay 25 or 29 euros, and then you pick it up in Iran. You can pick it up at the airport, or they deliver it to you in your hotel or hostel. I think I paid 25 or 29 euros to get the card, and then I just deposited 100 euros, which gets you quite a long way here in Iran. If you want to upgrade the Ma card, you can use PayPal. Even if you're here, you can use PayPal to upgrade. With the direct pay, I think you have to meet someone to transfer money into that account. But they will be adding PayPal in the future, they promised. Great thing about direct pay is that they have an app, and that app on your phone shows which things you spend money on, and even better, it shows you the actual exchange rate, not just the official one, but the real one you can use. Really handy. Plus, customer service for direct card is really, really nice. So I think both Mark and I could recommend that card for use in the future. That's one. Number two is the exchange rate. I just mentioned real brief the actual exchange rate and the official exchange rate. Unfortunately for Iran, the rial is losing value due to, well, sanctions from the West, and our money, the euro or the dollar, is getting more and more valuable to have over here. So the official exchange rate is much lower than the official rate is much lower than the rate you get when you exchange money on the street. However, I really do look like a European, so I probably won't get the biggest value out of my euro. You might have to find a friend here, a local friend, or your hostel owner to exchange some money for you. Or alternatively, you can get one of those debit cards and be done with the whole system altogether. So that's number two, get the actual exchange rate. The great advantage is it's much cheaper than you think it is. Tip number three, it's much easier to rent a car now in Iran. I ordered one from online from Tap Persia and picked it up here. Paid like 45 euros for a day. You can go cheaper, but then you get a crappier car for 45 bucks a day. It's quite a new car, automatic, air conditioning, the whole thing. I think we rented some Renault thing, which is named a Dacia Logan in Europe, and in America it's called a POS or something in that area. Just a basic car, works fine. 45 bucks a day, 200 euro deposit, 50 for speed limit or for fines, and 150 for damaging the car. That's it. Keep the car safe, but you only have 150 of your own risk, so that's pretty darn good. I reserved it from back home. The guys delivered it right there at the hotel in Tehran. Tip number four, driving in Iran. People will tell you it's insane and you shouldn't do it. Well, it is a bit different, that must be said. People will reverse on the highway, they'll stop, they'll go off the highway from the total left lane to the right in one move. You do have to pay attention. However, once you're out on the open road, it's not that bad. Cities, however, yeah, they're a bit challenging. When they overtake, if there's a spot, they will overtake, they will go in between, and the space between two cars can be as small as this. So yeah. Tip for that one, if you happen to start in Tehran, start early in the day so the traffic isn't that bad. But driving, yeah, I think it's a bit of a challenge, but I think you can do it. And it gives you a lot of opportunities you wouldn't have if you were to take the bus, because that's the alternative. If you don't have a car, take a bus. They're quite luxurious and you get to many places too. Tip number five is hotels and hostels. We thought we could just travel around and get to a hotel and take a room. In the last year, Iran has gotten much more popular with tourists, so the hotels and the hostels are busier. You might have to book ahead of time. Unfortunately, there isn't one website in English where you can just book stuff. You might have to call ahead or send some emails, so you might want to prepare your trip before you go here. Shout out to BB Hostel in Tehran, really helpful owner, nice place to be near the center. Tip number 6 is get a VPN. Last year I had a VPN that ended up not working in Iran. Then I bought NordVPN and had no more troubles and no more issues at all, because you do need a VPN, and everyone here, even here, everyone uses a VPN to access the real internet. Tip number 7 is get an Iranian SIM card. Why? Well, Wi-Fi is crap in Iran. It's slow and it's not available in many places, so might as well get 4G coverage. It's really cheap. $6 will get you an Iran cell SIM card with about 5 gigs of data, and 4G is, well, basically everywhere. Not in the desert, but in many, many places, 4G is spot on and speedy as hell. So get a data SIM card, really useful, and you can call to local hotels and hostels really, really cheap. I think we're at tip number 8, which is about this one. Last video I did a thumbs up, and people started commenting, this is really rude in Iran. Well, that depends really. If you talk to young people, most of them understand this is just a good thing. They've seen WhatsApp, they know chat, they know this is a good thing. Older people in Iran, though, they might think this is a rude thing to do, and this too, and that too, but you'll be fine, you're a tourist. Tip number 9, transportation, or better, a taxi cab. Getting from one place to the other, especially in Tehran, usually includes a taxi cab. You can just find one out in the street, but then you have to explain where you want to go, which is quite a hassle, and getting the amount, how much are you going to pay, is a bit of a challenge. A solution could be, if you have an Android phone, is installing the Snap app. Snap with double P is something like Uber, but then here local in Iran. Here it helps if you have an Iranian SIM card, so you have internet everywhere you go. You order a Snap, you just point, that's where I want to go, that's where you want to pick me up, there you go. And it's much cheaper than a regular taxi cab, and it gets you places where you otherwise wouldn't go. If you have an iPhone, unfortunately Snap isn't available right now. With some way around with Test Flight, you might be able to fix it on your phone. I don't know enough about that. Some people in the comments will tell you how to do this, but if you have an Android phone, get the Snap app. Let's see, tip number 10. The Iranian people do not need alcohol, which is good because it's not legal over here. Doesn't mean it's not here, but it's not legal. But the thing is, if you go out with Iranian people, they're really open, they're really friendly, and it's a big-ass party. You'd think they'd have 5 beers in them before they go out to party, because they're loud, they're energetic, they're fun. It's really an experience to go out with a group of Iranian people. Go ahead. You'll see they don't really need alcohol to enjoy themselves much. Tip number 11. If you're a woman and you're watching this and you think about, maybe I want to go to Iran, please do, great country. My friend Nika has experienced Iran as a woman. I haven't, of course, so I did a short interview with Ninka on what it's like to be a woman in Iran and be traveling. If you want to see this, there will be a link below to that video, how to travel Iran as a woman. And let's see, tip number 12, if you want to know more about culture or interactions with the Taro thing, with Rials or Tomans, you could have a look at my previous video from last year, the 12 things you should know before you go to Iran. For now, I just want to say, if you have an inkling to go to Iran, please go here. You'll be amazed at how beautiful this country is and how friendly the people here are. Please go ahead. Thank you for watching this video. Safe travels, and hope to see you out here in Iran. Thanks. Ooh, one extra addition, Snap is available on iOS. You do have to do a couple of tricks though. The page is in Farsi, but we'll see if we can get a basic translation up. But if you install it through an app without a VPN, and then you do something with device management, you can install Snap on iOS, which is really, really convenient if you can. So have a look. I'll put a link in this description somewhere below, or some other people might help you out in the comments.